Howdy gamers, Jester back at it again with another dogshit video. And today, I want to talk to you about building my own mechanical keyboard. Now, considering the fact I make stuff on YouTube, I like streaming a lot, you would expect this video for me to be showing the actual recording of me building it. Or, you know, all of that shit, which is incredibly obvious. But alas, I have to simply tell you the story of me building my mechanical keyboard, because while the end product is beautiful and amazing, the actual build part of it was a fucking disaster. And I'll explain why. And I'm not trying to say to be afraid to build your first mechanical keyboard. I'm not saying that at all. If you've been in that community, you want to build one, absolutely go through with it. Fuck yeah, man. This is more about me personally just being fucking retarded. So I don't exactly know why, but just to start off, slight tangent, but it is definitely related. So if you ever live streamed off of your phone on Twitch, you will soon figure out that whoever designed that app is probably severely autistic. So this fucking... whatever cunt designed this, okay, let's say hypothetically you're in a situation and you're leaning over the phone because it's propped up to work on the keyboard you're building right now. Let's say you're a bigger fellow, okay, and you start sweating, okay? Oh, and your belly, literal belly, rubs against it and accidentally closes out of the app. A normal response to do would to be, okay, keep the stream going, or at worst, if the app was closed out for about 5 seconds, go ahead and have it so that way if they go back in quick enough, it was an accident, just start it over. No, not the Twitch streaming app. The Twitch streaming app would much rather end the whole fucking stream. Like, suck the juiciest part of my fucking taint. That was happening multiple times, and also, I don't know why. I have a nice phone, I had good connection, I was on a Wi-Fi connection that was good, but it still wanted to look like some blocky-ass bullshit. Hardly anyone could see what was even going on. And when building a mechanical keyboard, and particularly at the time, I was fucking with the PCB in reference to... I was just actually putting the switches in, and that's kind of, you need to have good quality to what's going on. Now, while I don't think I'm absolutely a beacon of high-quality shit, while I'm trying to improve what my mic sounds like, I'm sure it still probably sounds like dick. But fuck off. It should definitely sound better. I did work a lot towards making my headset mic sound better, but I'm not quite there yet. I'm not finished, but I wanted to record, so suck my nuts. And so I started working on the mechanical keyboard, and in case you're curious how I personally learned something, is I think a normal smart human being would look at a guide and follow very deliberately what that person recommends, or having someone that knows what they're doing, kind of walking you through it. I don't fuck with no bullshit like that. So I just kind of start doing dumb shit. So I essentially look, okay, I know enough research, I know plenty enough about keyboards, these are the parts I need to do to build the keyboard. And then I just wing it. I just start fucking putting shit together. So what I did at first was I screwed the case together and everything in there before I'm like, oh, I definitely don't need to do that first. I need to take the PCB, I need to start attaching switches to the plate. So I started attaching switches to the plate, and I realized, oh fuck, I need to know where they need to be in the PCB. I should have done that first. So then I start awkwardly moving them around on the plate to get them to fit in the PCB. And at this point of building, which it was already a fucking hour, I just said fuck the whole streaming thing. It was a dogshit stream. No one's gonna miss it. Suck my nuts. So I'm just doing this offline. And also, I was at my grandpa's house. I kind of wanted to chill and talk to my grandpa a bit. I haven't talked to him that much recently. I was like, alright, I'm just gonna chill with my grandpa, and then I'm gonna breathe for a second, then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna get to it. So this started, I left for work, and then I came back from work and I went to do the keyboard and stream and stuff, and then my grandpa was nice enough to let me do it at his house, because he has a nice workbench. And I even forgot my tripod for my phone, so I just used his vice grips that are on his fucking workbench to put my phone on. And then I was like, oh, okay, oh shit. And then after I think about an additional 45 minutes, we were an hour and 45 minutes in, I finally got the switches and plate together. So then I stuck all the keycaps in, and then made sure everything looked fine, everything was aligned, and then I started soldering. Now, I have soldered a fair bit, but I've never really... I've done some, but I've not had a whole lot of electronic soldering. Or everything soldering is electronics, whatever. But mostly just random stuff in cars and my old Jeep. And the electronics one I've done a fairly minimal amount, so I've never done that much soldering before, but I should say anyone that's worried about that part, that's the easiest part, man. What you essentially do is you take a solder gun, which is just things that make heat go hot, and then you put a little bit of wire, you put it on there, and you just heat it up. And if you see it cone too much, you just need to put it on a little more. And then it's really easy. It's a really easy, simple process. It's a bit tedious. Make sure you do everything right so you don't have to desolder, but it's really not too shabby at all. I didn't have to desolder a single time. That overall went really smoothly. I kind of had to get warmed up initially because I've not done it a lot, but thankfully also, once again, I had my grandpa there to fucking help me and kind of show me and correct me when he knew a solder was bad, because he's done that shit a lot. And so, got that in, and I plugged in the keyboard, and my morale was low at this point, but I plugged in the keyboard to the computer, because it was just the bare bones part. You don't technically need a case for the fucker to run. And I plugged it in, and it didn't work. And at that point, I was like, fuck, if this wasn't my monitor in front of me, this is my grandma's, this shit would get fucking punched. I don't give a shit. Spartan kicked on the wall. Fuck. I was upset, because I'm like, does this not work? Because I didn't test the PCB. Now, I've watched a whole bunch of keyboard building streams, I should say that. I've seen them test the PCB every time, but I've never seen a bad PCB in one of those streams. So I'm like, I'm just gonna skip that step. And I'm like, did skipping that step really just fuck over all this shit? Because I probably can't return it anymore. I've soldered this bad boy to hell. I didn't say anything because I bottled my emotions. My grandpa's like, it's fine, just fucking reset the computer, it's probably fine. And lo and behold, I reset the computer and the shit worked great. And, I was happy. Keyboard was working. Every key was working fantastic. And then part issue, though, was that I'm like, oh, I didn't even know, but it started making a gay pride light show around the fucking keyboard, also known as RGB. So I'm like, fuck, I didn't even know this thing had RGB. RGB, like, ooh, gay, I don't want anything to do with it. Now, I like gay people. You get the fucking joke. Okay, so I'm like, okay, how do I turn it off? So then I spent the next hour trying to look around, how do I turn this thing off? And I put the case back on, keyboard was working great, it looks fucking beautiful, I'm gonna show you a picture right now. Doesn't that shit make you want to fucking come? And so, yeah, I'm happy. I put the case on, looks beautiful with the exception of the fucking gay pride light show. I brought it home, it was great, and I'm trying to figure out how to turn on the RGB lights, and turns out to turn off the RGB lights, you need to completely take it out of the case. You need to hit something on the bottom of the PCB to reset it to run in a software called QMK. Now, I get it. If you want to have that kind of software for low-level programming to be saved on the keyboard itself, that's fantastic and not you're probably a good option. But why the fuck do you not give me an option just to hit like a button plus like 1 to turn off the RGB? Why do I have to do this shit now? And so I haven't been fucked. It's been like 3 days now, and it just still has the fucking gay pride parade going on. Whatever. I just fucking, that bit's getting ran out, so I'm gonna stop saying it. But yeah, overall, I'm really happy with it. Before I head off, though, I am going to give you a typing demo. I should say that I'm going to do it on the headset mic and not a condenser mic, so it's going to sound a little fucky, but you should get the general idea. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Yeah, I'm just kind of like leaning in it, so it's really fucky. I'm going to show you what the mods sound like. This is just typing on the letters and shit. This is what the shifts sound like. This is what the spacebar sounds like. So enter, backspace. So I should say, whenever you build your keyboard from scratch, it's kind of like shaky what it's going to sound like, and you may not actually like the sound that much, and it's a really scary concept, because it's incredibly important to most people. I think literally everyone. And I fucking love the way it sounds. If you weren't coming before, after seeing the picture, you're coming now for sure after hearing that way that bitch sounds. I don't know. Overall, I'm really happy. It's a 75%. That's a form factor I really, really like, but there's not really any options out there. The Race 3 is the only one, but it has Cherry MX in it because autism. So yeah, I don't know. That's all though, gamers. I appreciate it. You'll have a good one. Love you.